Hello there, it is Dusty Thunder with a story for you. Title of this one is Am I the Astronaut for Refusing to Let My Wife's Daughter Move In After a Past Conflict with My Son? The my wife's daughter verbiage is a little alarming, ain't it? For privacy, I'm using fake names here. I've been married to my wife Laura for about 2 years. We both have kids from previous relationships. I have a son, 20 male, Jake, who's in college. Laura has a daughter, 22 female, Emily, who just graduated and is currently job hunting. Okay. Kids being older makes the wife's daughter thing make a little bit more sense. Not a lot, but still a little bit. Last summer, Jake stayed with us for about 6 weeks between dorm leases. Emily was around a lot too, and honestly, it was tense. They didn't really get along. No big fights or anything, just a lot of awkward silence and weird energy. Emily made a few comments about the house feeling crowded, and Jake mostly kept to himself. About a month in, Emily said she lost some cash and a pair of earbuds. She told Laura, who brought it to me. I confronted Jake about it. He got pretty upset, said he didn't take anything, and he felt like he was being accused unfairly. Said it felt like he wasn't welcome. He ended up leaving early to stay with a friend. We barely talked for a while after that. A couple of months later, Emily found the missing stuff in an old gym bag. Ooh. Said it was probably just stress, a mistake, but she never actually apologized or took responsibility. No sorry, no real acknowledgement of what that put Jake through. I told Laura that it was messed up and that Jake was hurt by it. She said she understood, but didn't want to push Emily. Now Emily wants to move in with us temporarily while she looks for work. Laura says it's fine and won't be for long. I said, no, I don't trust the situation and I don't want a repeat of last summer. Laura says I'm being harsh and holding a grudge. A few friends say that I should let it go, that family is family. God, family is family. And I should try to move on. But I feel stuck between keeping the peace in my marriage and protecting my son. Jake hasn't said much about it, but I know he still feels weird about what happened. And Emily's never really owned up to it. Am I being unreasonable for saying no to her moving in? Or am I just trying to avoid another mess? Okay. You know what?
I have a solution.
You have a solution?
I'm going to make that my line. Yes, I think you're being unreasonable about your wife's daughter being able to move in because at the end of the day, I feel like the wife would have as much right to have her child live with her as you do your son to live with you. But I would make the condition of her living in the house with you to be that she has to own up to the situation. So to make sure that we just squash it, like communicate with your children so that they know what honest and open communication is. Talk about it in a family setting and get it all out on the table and avoid it because this is the rest of your life that you're looking at. These kids are going to be involved in the rest of your life. Why do you want to create a divide? This is a fixable problem. This is not like I feel like he's making this a bigger deal than it is. But I do feel like that Emily also needs to apologize.
Agreed. And go back to the beginning here, whenever the shit went down, she made it a big deal in the first place. That's why he was basically carrying out the investigation and asked his son. And who knows what that conversation looked like. I think probably in the very beginning of that is where it was mishandled, right? Instead of her being like, I'm missing this stuff. And immediately everybody in the house is like, Jake, when it should have been like, okay, well, let's go through all of your shit and look for it before we start accusing people. How about that? And that's probably where the misstep was. So I do feel like ESH is the right move here. Yes, she needs to own up. Yes, I'm not going to say he needs to move on, but he needs to present a solution. Like you said, Candy Thunder, there needs to be some kind of solution here, not just no. Just no doesn't help anything. It doesn't. It creates a further divide, like she said. And that is not the solution that you want. That's not what I think you need to define your goal here, Dad. Like, figure it out. What is it that you really want to come of this? Do you want everybody to be more comfortable around each other? Like, comfort comes from overcoming uncomfortable situations, right? So if you force them to have a conversation here and you say, yeah, I'm cool with that, but you need to mend this relationship so it's not awkward as hell moving forward, forcing them to have that uncomfortable conversation could get them more comfortable with each other, period. Or they could just effing hate each other because even though they're not like siblings that grew up together, they're siblings. And maybe that's just like, hey, if we're siblings, I'm going to hate you and you're going to hate me and cool. Maybe, but this at least gives that a shot of moving forward. And I also agree with Candy Thunder that this isn't like this vote is not entirely up to you. It needs to be a discussion. And there is a solution here, but it seems like everybody is in their own little shitty space right now. So yes, Everybody sucks. ESH, let's make it official. Okay, Tony Spark makes a
That's
fair
a good
point
point.
here. Tony Spark makes a fair point and says that Emily never actually accused Jake. Was it? Yeah. Emily never actually accused Jake of it. Dad just went and, yeah, so Dad did that. So does she have anything to apologize for even? Chat, what do you think?
I mean, she was insinuating that someone in the house took it. And so,
I mean, if she comes up and
was
she's
the
like,
case.
I'm missing these things. I mean, I feel like she nonchalantly accused him without explicitly saying, I think Jake took this shit. She just said, I'm missing some stuff. She obviously wasn't accusing OP or her mom. He's the only other person left there. Unless the cat needed to steal some more cash and, had to pay his nip dealer. Catnip. Yeah, no, okay.
I love you.